You gotta get up, homie. If you're on your knees, broken, thinking about giving up, good. You need to learn what you are and what you can do. You are not broken. Maybe your mind is. Maybe your spirit is. Maybe your body is. But you, friend, you exist now as you always have. Far away from here. In truth. But omnipresently also here. Are you in the dark? Then you must become your light. Has your fire gone out? And you must ignite again from within. The limitations that an awakened being whom sits in the throne of consciousness and has authority over the body, the mind, and the emotions, the energy. Such a being must take inventory, acknowledge and realize its perceived limitations. Why? If you want to really, finally, understand the depths to what you are and are not, you cannot give up. It is not a failure if you don't get it the first time, the second time, the third time, the 100th time, 10,000 times. It is only a failure when you quit. Push-ups, for example. 25 push-ups are too hard for you. Do 10. If 50 are too hard, do 25. If 100 are too hard, then do 50. But don't give up. And you will watch yourself as you accept the belief. Belief is a powerful weapon which is used against you and can also be used in our favor, in your favor. Once you start to believe you can, you will, and you will push past your limitation. The same with your mind. The thoughts that you've been thinking your whole life never belonged to you. Even though you've blindly believed in them. You filled out your multiple choice from a predetermined, manipulative setup. But now, if you desire to push past the mental limitations, look at what it is that you think is important to you. Look at what it is what you believe is right or wrong. Look at your values and the things that you care about. Really look at it objectively and ask yourself, do I really care about this? Believe this? Is this really my authentic opinion, passion, or feelings? Or have I just simply allowed someone to think for me and complied? Essentially been mind controlled. Have I allowed my mind to be controlled? Do I believe in a children's story about Adam and Eve and white-bearded Sky Daddy who values blind obedience over the love of knowledge of good and evil? See, the truth of the parable of original sin is something that we all have undergone here. I spoke about it in one of my last videos about the relationship between egoic identification and the spectrum of narcissism, ignorance of self. The true original sin was when the singularity of self, the one who has no name, the Ancient of Days, infinities, fractaled into what you consider your consciousness. And as a baby, in a amnesiac state, prioritized the familiarity and development of the human mind, which, as a background app, had a helper called the ego. Now, the way we were indoctrinated was not to use this as a tool to navigate duality, but we were domesticated and indoctrinated to believe that the ego is who and what we were. So we concentrated all our belief and energy and focus on developing that side by side with the developing human brain. Now flash forward to the adult. Now you are purely operating with your consciousness in the back seat, and the ego has taken the throne of consciousness. The ego is in charge. The narcissist, who doesn't even know it's not a real boy, Pinocchio, the self-centered liar who thinks it can attain enlightenment by parroting stolen words that it never gnosised for itself. But if you choose, if you finally reach that limitation where enough is enough, and you take back the throne of consciousness, the one whom is conscious, if you realize the ego is meant to be a servant, not a master, a friend, not the adversary, Satan, Sakalas, no Yaldabaoth. The lies are not real. That's fundamentally why it's a lie. That's the definition. Yes, you're stuck on the deception and the betrayal and the misguidedness, but at its core, a lie is something that does not exist. Do you see? This is duality. This is the grand design. This is Saklas or Yaldabaoth's deception with purpose. For deeper still, where this all comes from, the original design, the truth. There's only one thing, truth, non-duality, the original design. Dare I say, divine law, not in a religious, controlling, manipulative context, but just simply what is right, good, beautiful, just, divine, not in a sense of man's opinion of good and bad. But here is where we come back to the beginning. You'll perceive limitations, even spiritually, these invisible chains. You don't need slaves with iron chains when you can control the way the masses think. But the second you awaken and keep having deeper and deeper awakenings and realizations, you can keep pushing your perceived limitations and keep breaking past them to set up higher goals and higher attainment. This is how we can do all things, how all things are possible in all ways. You can't give up if you haven't gotten it the first time or the 100th. You have to keep pushing through. Seder Square, you're going to get what you put out.